Warning, the hosts of this show are incapable of maintaining structure.
Greetings, my friend.
Goodbye, honey.
Okay. Where's your safety gear?
Mommy, I'm cold.
I said put on your safety gear.
Silence, both of you!
The result will astound those watching, because all you of Earth are idiots.
You think we've done something wrong?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of
Monochrome-1.
Shall we talk now or wait?
Proceed.
2 plus 2 is 4.
2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. Yeah.
See why this is popular.
Yes, for those of you just tuning in, this is this is Monochrome-1, the radio show from outer space. I am Spaceman DLD, and with me today is
Barney the dinosaur. Oh, you recording?
yes.
Oh, I'm Matthew Hutton. Hi, how y'all doing? Why, you're looking rather nice, aren't you? Oh, sorry, mirrors everywhere.
So, how are you doing today, dude?
I'm alright. How are you doing today, dude?
I'm fine. I just had a very short shift working today. Looking around my little deck quarters here, it's a bit too messy, so after this I think I'm going to do some cleaning.
No, I had a much larger shift. Honestly, the captain can be a real pain in the tushy. No swearing.
Yes, because I had to edit out a few swears last episode.
Yeah, Drew.
Sorry.
You offended my cat.
I'm sorry, Luna and or Lexi.
Luna, and we're on a spaceship.
I don't know, well, yeah, all spaceships have cats, like Jonesy from Alien.
Or Frankenstein from
Yeah.
Red Wolf.
Oh, exactly. If you listen to the last cast, you might have noticed some funny things with the sound. Sounded kind of like this at points. And I was also a bit overzealous cutting out the spaces between words. So the
pacing was a little fast. It sounded a bit like this, talking really, really, really fast. So barely going like a breath by the sounds of it. So for this episode,
we're gonna talk like this. Much slower pace.
Can't be bothered doing that. So we'll just talk like this.
Yeah! Finally, after 6 weeks of waiting for the rocket to arrive, you know, the mail rocket,
Yes.
I got my copy of Final Doom for the PlayStation 1.
Wow.
I do love that game. I love first Dooms as well, but Final Doom is one I haven't played since I was like 6.
Can't remember, we did talk about this. Was Final Doom the one with the disco level?
No, that was the first Doom. Yeah, it was like a secret level.
I remember that for some reason, because I remember the tune.
Yeah, so do I. I can remember how it goes.
Yeah, me too, that's sad. Something like that.
Yeah. No, it was...
No, I think it was more like...
No, man, that was a different tune entirely.
Unless you've seen Karate High, you're probably not getting that reference.
And if you have seen Karate High, dude, wasn't it good?
You're awesome. Yeah, speaking of Japanese shows which people probably haven't heard of or seen, I'm just looking at my Kamen Rider DVDs in the corner.
Oh, nice. I had my wonderful lady friend over recently, and she was very stunned with the room and how messy it is, but all the Kamen Rider stuff, I swear I was very close to showing her one. But I don't want to bore people with it.
No, it's a very, very fun show.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those things you can't get over here. When I say over here, I mean, you know, the UK. Or America, really. They don't show it either.
In space, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true, yeah. The West find it very difficult. Even the American Kamen Rider show, which they did, you can't get the second series of because the channel that they showed it on showed nothing but Super Sentai stuff, or as they call it, Power Rangers stuff.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to be a superhero channel. Why? The marketing itself is great. Yeah, this show got cut halfway through being aired, so you can't actually see it anywhere unless you buy them. And to buy them is about 50 quid a part, and I managed to nab them.
Did you show me an episode of
Dragon Knight?
Dragon Knight, yeah, that was their versions for one of the series.
It wasn't bad though, was it?
Oh, no, it was pretty cool. It felt very much like the Japanese setup as well.
Yeah, I mean, there was used footage like they do with Power Rangers, but they bought the suits.
Yeah.
So they kept filming their own thing. Every time the female rider was there, it was new footage because she only appeared in the movie. Not for very long, yeah. And she's in it loads in the American American one, so I'm very happy with that series as opposed to the Mask Rider series of the 90s.
I've seen bits of that. I've not seen it in full. It's
embarrassing.
Yeah, it's nothing special.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Kamen Rider came out, 5 years before the Sentai series, so if you're thinking, oh, it's like Power Rangers, you're wrong. Power Rangers is like this.
Just to clarify for the uninitiated, though, the Sentai series is like the masked Japanese action series that they actually based Power Rangers on and took footage from.
Although I did hear that America is doing a movie to the original Mighty Morphin again.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a remake or if it's a sequel, but I know that Tommy Guy's in it again.
Alright.
Yeah.
Speaking of the original Power Rangers, I was reading the free comic book from Free Comic Book Day where it's, I think Lord Zed possesses a car or turns the car into a monster or something.
Yeah, I think I sold mine, sadly.
No, I've sold mine now, and I was just having a quick look at it before I'd sent it off.
Yeah. I think I was worried I went on a bit about Kamen Rider, mind you.
Oh, no. Kamen Rider is a great show. As I said, you introduced it to me, with Kamen Rider O's, which I'm not sure what number series that is.
Oh man, don't make me count. I know it's the third last series.
Yes.
From 40 years almost consecutive.
Yeah, so it wasn't that long ago, so it's a relatively recent...
In that series, they had their 1000th episode. Yeah, it was great. I think it was during O's where the Super Sentai fought all the Kamen Riders as well.
Again, just to clarify for people who might not know, in Japan, a lot of series, especially action series, go on all year round.
Yeah.
So there's actually 52 episodes to most of these.
Yeah, in fact, the first series got 100.
Really?
Yeah, they loved it.
Enough about Japanese TV shows for the moment.
Yeah, let's go on to Japanese film. Godzilla is great. No, I really could go on about Godzilla for hours.
We had a funny time because during the last Godzilla film which was released, the new one which had Bryan Cranston, that guy from that Thing in it.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Ken Watanabe, he's cool.
Actually, he was the saving grace.
Oh no, he's awesome. I've seen him in loads of stuff.
Although, if you actually watch the movie, all he does is dramatically stare.
Pretty much. He's got a very good dramatic stare, though.
I didn't notice until my lady friend again put this review online on, and it just showed how many times he stares.
Yeah.
And there must be about 8 or 9 scenes where it ends with him just looking into the distance thoughtfully. But they also brought up my biggest complaint about the film was hour and a half film and 10 minutes probably of Godzilla in total. Actually, I think they said it was like 22 minutes, which is ridiculous.
Well, talking about sort of weird counting gags, you may have introduced me to Godzilla, and as it is.
Oh, I know where this is
I
going.
introduced you to Titanic.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, in truth, mind you, because we went to see it 3D.
Yeah.
The 3D at the beginning of that where it's underwater.
That's
absolutely
chilling.
Stunning.
The reason I bring it up, though, is I saw a counting thing online where they're also, look how many times Jack and Rose say each other's names. It goes to something insane like between 40 and 60.
We should play a drinking game.
And sometimes it's 10 times within about 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, we really should play a drinking game. Thimble shots, though, because I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody in history's ever done that. No, but you also lent me Ghosts of the Abyss as well. Recently.
Yes, which I must clarify is also a Titanic film by James Cameron, but that one's actually a feature-length documentary where they do wreck exploration and...
Yeah, I much preferred that one, I have to admit.
No, honestly, and that's probably my... Okay, again, this is going to sound really strange to you all out there, but you might not know this, there are lots of Titanic movies. They have been making Titanic movies since about 6 months after the Titanic sank.
Oh man, no, you mentioned about that actress who was actually
I am not kidding. The first Titanic movie, which was released, obviously it was a silent picture because we're talking 1912.
Yeah, 100 years ago.
Oh yeah, it was over 100 years ago now. But the first Titanic movie actually starred Dorothy Gibson, who was an actress, and one of the survivors. So they actually got one of the survivors to capitalize on the disaster in that way. So if you think media is really exploitative now, it's been going on since the 1900s.
Man.
But as I said, there's been so many films through the years, and I class Ghost of the Abyss as one of the films as well, because it was released to IMAX theatrically.
Yeah.
So it's still technically a release, and I'd say that, yeah, that's one of the best ones. I've seen a few of them because I have that really bizarre interest in the Titanic, and I'm not going to go into it too much here, but I've seen a few.
You don't have such a bizarre interest as that man you met online.
Oh, bloody
but you
hell.
didn't meet him, let's say.
No, I didn't meet him online, but I was a member of certain groups on...
Without naming names, what was it he sent you?
Before the show continues, I just want to point this out. I have nothing personal against this fellow himself. He has his own interests, he has his own way of expressing his interests in writing. Just because I personally don't understand that doesn't mean he's any less of a person or a bad person because of it necessarily. It's just I don't particularly agree with them in that sense. Ultimately, though, it is essentially harmless creativity between him and other people. Some people may take issue with it, but it is his life and he's perfectly allowed to do these things. I bring up this story not with the intention to ridicule this person, merely that I find it quite interesting from a psychological area because I just don't understand and I don't have those feelings at all towards this particular subject. So with that in mind, just know I'm trying not to be judgmental because our in are strange things and we've all done things we're proud of. So with that in mind, let's continue the show. Well, he didn't send me this. Came across this one fellow who wrote Titanic fan fiction. And it was fan fiction where the spirit of the Titanic had embodied itself into an attractive blonde anime woman. And the author was in a couple with her.
Oh, I bet this guy, like, I can actually picture him, is going to be the 6-foot, handsome, olive-skinned, gorgeous dream hunk of a man with a great job. He's a lawyer, right?
Well, I can tell you what he looks like because one of the pictures he posted was his animated lady with him crudely kind of cut and pasted onto the image.
Was she kissing him?
No, she was just standing there in a starry dress with those big anime eyes and...
Oh, dear.
Again, I can't talk because I'm a bit of a Titanic freak myself, but not like... No, to each their own. Oh, he was,
No.
No, I don't want to bash someone. It's his thing. Fair enough, it's just...
It's just creepy and in poor taste.
Well, I find shipwrecks, like, really kind of eerie.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they look like corpses, really.
Yeah, and scary to look at, so my only real associations with things like that are one of, tragedy and sadness, yet as long as he doesn't hurt anyone...
Do you want some ice cubes? Oh, dear.
No, dude.
My heart sunk. Anyway.
Dude, come on. Not cool. I've got one of those weird obsessions with the events and history itself, so...
Yeah.
I have my own strong feelings towards it, just not in that way.
Yeah, no, I feel each to their own, but, I mean, that is in massively poor taste.
Yeah, that's what I felt. It's the same with... Again, this is something that's kind of current. I forget his name. There's an Australian billionaire who's been saying for a few years now he wants to build a replica of the Titanic.
Okay.
But to modern cruising standards and to sail it out there. The group I was a part of, they actually updated on this quite a bit, and... Again, to each their own, the majority of people there were really for it, because they liked the idea of, obviously, having a new Titanic, a new ship to go on.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I honestly do understand that. Me, personally, I was more on the bad taste side, but I didn't reprimand them for that.
Yeah, there's nothing too out there about that, I
guess. I was a moderator on the group briefly, and, again, to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
he's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire, and I'm not part of that group anymore. Like, some people who are part of the group might hear me say this. You guys have your opinion. I'm not bashing you. I have mine.
Yeah.
I think he's a tool, and it's not just because of that. It's just the way he goes on.
All right, is he one of those arrogant billionaires?
Yeah, kind of. It's when he's talking about making a replica of the Titanic. The interviews I've seen, it's not even, we're going to make this historically accurate. We're going to make it really cool, be a real treat for people to walk around inside. He said, we're going to make it the kind of ship you can get romantic and fall in love on, as in, the movie, the James Cameron film. And
this guy... He's going to charge, maybe thousands of pounds or dollars, for the third-class tickets, probably.
Well, as I said, it's been going on a few years now. It was looking for a while that the project was going to go ahead, because there was, certain designs and press releases made.
Yeah.
There was some controversy recently, like the Chinese company he was wanting to work with will no longer do what he wanted, or something like that. Again, I don't follow this anymore, so I don't know. Feel free to correct me.
Yeah.
I personally doubt this is ever going to happen.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point to mention. If you do want to correct Mr. Drew here, or you do want to just write to us at all.
On his inane Titanic knowledge.
Yeah. Feel free on hfm.matthew@live.com. Sorry to bring that up again. It was just I forgot at the beginning.
I have my own address as well. I will leave it at the end of the show, though. Yeah, that's enough of Titanic for now.
Yeah, we could do a show on that.
We honestly could, because I said I loaned you the documentary recently, which you liked, and...
Oh, I loved it. It was much better than, again, not to go on too long, but Titanic, the inept doctor who thought, oh, we can move around anything we want down here.
I said I'm surprised they left that bit in, because, again, I'll explain for the audience. During one of the expeditions to the shipwreck, one of the scientists was using the mechanical claw on the submarine to mess around with artifacts when he wasn't supposed to be, and the other people in the sub were kind of yelling at him not to do that.
Like, actually getting...
It's kind of, like, shocking. As I said, I'm surprised they left that in the documentary.
Because it was his documentary as well.
Yeah, because he wasn't supposed to be doing that.
No.
Like, other expeditions have done salvage work, but they weren't supposed to, so...
No, we're tampering with history. Yay!
Well, I like his explanation. What he does is, he uses the robot claw to pick up a bag, and to shake it around a bit, and he's like, well, what if it has the logbook in it? What if it did? It probably doesn't now, because you've smashed it to a million pieces. You tit.
Oh, man.
That's enough on the ship of dreams for the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe we got from Godzilla to Titanic.
Okay, I may as well throw this in. Apparently on the original CG model of the iceberg for James Cameron's Titanic, they did actually put a Godzilla inside it.
Oh, man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, obviously it's not something you'll see, it's just like a little extra they put in there.
It's quite nice, that. Oh.
Anyway, we talked about Titanic way too long.
Yeah.
As I said, I could do future episodes purely on it because I'm like that.
And that's the way you is. Yeah.
I could
Cheesy
do it.
90s music.
Well, 80s with remixed version.
Oh, is that? I didn't even know that.
Well, Run DMC released It's Like That in the 80s, and I have it on my MP3 player. It's a really cool song.
You've got a vast knowledge of music, though, it seems.
Not vast, I know some things about good music, and for some reason I know a lot of things about garbage.
Yeah.
And I mean, Trash, not the band, because they're cool.
Yeah.
But
I quite like garbage.
So do I.
Like early garbage.
Yeah.
No, I seem to know nothing about music because I'm from the past. Although the music these days, God.
I'll be fair, it's not because I listen to a lot of music or read a lot of gossip that I know about this. I just watch a lot of content online, and I particularly like music shows.
Yeah?
Like the certain music reviewers, guys who do albums and talk about like what's going on in entertainment at the moment. I find those kind of interesting because it's quite often from, the perspective of people like us.
Yeah.
Except that they're interested. It's not like the kind of let's blow this celebrity sort of worship you see all the time.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of a more grounded, down-to-earth look at things, and I find that stuff interesting.
Oh, that's good, as long as it's not just, like, fueling somebody's ego.
Oh, no, it's not. Just people who sort of notice these things and bring it up, and it's part of the reason I know kind of about these things as well, and it introduces me to different music.
Yeah, I mean, again, each to their own, but I really am. I can't get into, like, celeb culture. Those gossip magazine things.
Me neither.
I don't get it. It's like, these people exist, don't make them run your life. Come on.
Which sucks, because my private email, I'll not say who it's with, but basically their entire opening page, it's either sport or celebrity news. That's pretty much all the main news that comes up whenever I go to check my emails. I'm like, wow, I really couldn't give a shit about any of this.
The two things I really don't care about.
Sports and celebs, yeah.
Actually, I do. I enjoy boxing.
I'm not going to say I don't class that as a sport. I find combat sports interesting because I used to do martial arts myself.
Yeah, well, it's one person versus another person. It's like a pure sport.
It's pure sport. It's technique, strength, and especially endurance.
And there's usually an outright winner. I mean, a lot of these things look fixed and that, but at least, one of them could get knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm not equating this to the actual sport, but I love the Rocky films, and probably in the same sense, I love a lot of martial arts movies, and it tends to be about going the distance as a person and battling the odds, that kind of stuff. I do like that, so I can.
There's not many films about boxing, though. I'm trying. The only other one is that oh god, what do you call it? Raging Bull. I've never seen that.
I have not either, which is a shame because it's a classic movie.
Well, I have it. I've never gotten around to watching it.
There are other boxing films, but I like the Rocky series, and as I've said in the previous episode, not necessarily for the right reasons. I also like the really cheesy ones, like 3 and 4.
Yeah, still owe me that favor, Stallion.
Happy birthday, Polly.
No. Oh yeah, you mean Rocky IV, the sci-fi.
The robot.
In space.
In the sense that Earth's in space, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of space, actually, I know, transition, but I
Yes.
finally caught up with the recent series of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah.
Now, last week we mentioned our love of the show, the old show specifically. I want to point out where I am with the new series. I watched it when Christopher Eccleston was first in the role, right through David Tennant, through Matt Smith's first season, and I kind of started petering off a bit. On a whole, I am not really as much a fan as Doctor Who, the modern series, at all. Like, well, nowhere near as 63 to 89. That said, I do like that it's around in the world, and I like there's new adventures. It's introduced it to a new generation, sort of.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of the show, and as I said, in recent years, I haven't been catching it regularly.
Oh no, I've seen every episode since it's come back, and I've seen most of the old episodes, bar the ones that have been deleted, obviously.
No, same. There is a few classic stories I've not seen.
Yeah, and I've heard some of the audios as well, but they're mostly the Paul McGann ones, which honestly were really good.
Oh, the Big Finish adventures.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of audio, you loaned me Power of the Daleks and Evil of the Daleks.
Yes.
Evil of the Daleks being the best episode ever, and there's no freaking... Oh.
There's not much footage. There's only, I think, episode 2.
Yeah, it is a shame.
In some bits of the battle scene at the end.
I think it's so ironic that Evil of the Daleks features a mute character, and all that exists is the audio. Fraser Hines must have hated that guy.
Yeah, that's where Fraser Hines comes in to narrate his part.
Hey, he's good at it, though.
Fraser Hines is wonderful. I've met him.
Yeah, man, very, very jealous.
I was very, very young, though. This was in the same convention I mentioned last week, the first main one I went to.
Yeah.
I met him, I met Annika Wills, who played Polly, another one of Patrick Troughton's assistants. I met John Nathan Turner, the producer.
Very nice, yeah.
I met one of the authors, and I met the Sixth Doctor, Colin Baker, who, really lovely fellow.
He was then, but what's happened to him now? Like, when I was in London, he was so arrogant.
Really?
Yeah, he started charging like 40 quid for his autograph and stuff. And he just wouldn't talk to anyone. I mean, I never met him, I just seen reaction to him, yeah.
Maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know. As I said, when I met him, it was years ago, but I do remember having a bit of a conversation with him and some photos, which was really nice.
I heard he's really sore about the new series.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he really wanted to be in the 50th as well.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Then again, he was the Doctor who was the most shafted of any of the classic Doctors.
It's true, and like a lot of people will have him as the worst Doctor. It's not the case. He's a great Doctor, just really poor episodes and
just really poor episodes, and he suffered from all the internal crap that was going on with the BBC at the time.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised he didn't come back to film his death.
No, neither am I. I mean, personally, I would have, but I see why some people would have been really sore.
Again, this isn't a pure Doctor Who episode, and yeah, we're talking about the new series. I have caught up with the most recent episode. I know you've seen it. There will be spoilers.
Yeah. Well, we could begin by mentioning Capaldi in total. I really do like him as an actor. I watched him in like the thick of it, and I mean, I know he's appeared in Doctor Who a couple of times before, once in Torchwood.
Oh yes, of course he was in that really, really depressing Torchwood special.
The thing is, I'm not a Torchwood fan. I really do detest it in every way, mostly. That series was actually really good because it evoked a real response, I think.
Yeah.
It is very, very depressing, and if you're not into that at all... I mean, I'm not into depressing crap, but I understand why it's good. And it gets booed on quite a lot, because it's so depressing, and that kid dies at the end, but I really think it pushed the boat. It was like, wow, that's a great way to end it, and then they did the American series, which I never watched.
I thought it was good, but I did think it was really hammered on.
A little, yeah.
Especially towards the end, but it did give it a lot of weight.
As far as Torchwood goes, it was the best thing it's done.
I've not seen all of Torchwood. I've seen most of it.
Yeah, same.
I share the opinions of a lot of other people that they try to make it so adult, it just comes off really childishly.
Yeah, they've just remembered to say the F word or something every so often.
Put in lots of sex.
Yeah. Oh, I know, let's get nude.
I think the second episode was about that alien that f***ed people to death.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Nah, man.
Yeah, new series, new episode.
Yeah, Capaldi's he's been good so far. Him himself. The episode's arguable.
You know, that's my thing with Smith as well. I really like Matt Smith. I love Matt Smith as the Doctor, but as I said, it was during his series I was really starting to peter out of watching it.
Yeah, really handsome name though.
Smith.
Oh.
Yes. I do really dig Capaldi's portrayal as the Doctor. He feels like Smith, like a classic Doctor.
Yeah, actually, when I first saw Matt Smith, again, not to talk too much, he's never seen Doctor Who. At that point he hadn't. He's going to be a bit cack. First episode, I was won over. The guy was amazing. Before that, he started acting that. He watched as many as he could, and his favourite Doctor was Troughton, so he played it a bit like that. I like you, Matt Smith.
I'd probably say Matt Smith's first episode was the best one.
Oh, it was by far the best episode of the new series.
Yeah.
Possibly bar the 50th, because that was really good.
That felt very much like Doctor Who, and what I liked about it is it kind of undid the whole Time War thing, which I never liked.
Same. Again, I'm not going to name names, but the lady I'm saying pointed out something, though. I loved the 50th episode. Why was Tom Baker there? Like, I get why he was there, you know, in a filmmaker thing, but it doesn't sit right.
No.
I'm glad he was there, but it doesn't sit, why?
It was really cool to see, but from, like, perspective of the story, it doesn't...
Yeah.
To understand Colin Baker's sort of problem with the new series, I'd totally get if he felt shafted because of that as well, or any of the surviving Doctors.
Yeah.
Tom Baker was the biggest, he was the most popular Doctor. There's no disputing that. He's not my personal favourite, but he was. He was the Doctor for the longest. At the same time, though, his last few years, being Doctor Who, he was one of the most bitterest assholes ever.
He just gave up. Game over, man. But no, get back to the newest episode anyway.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're kind of flying all over the place quite a lot this episode.
It's relevant, though. It gives a little bit of background.
It does. Sorry, audience.
Sorry, I don't know if you want to go through the first ones of Capaldi, or if you just want to jump straight into the new one as well.
I've not seen all of his. I watched his first episode. Okay. Oh, wait, I saw the second one, too. We can talk about that later. Yeah. Anyway, the most recent episode...
Yeah. What was it called? Can you remember? Probably something... Bank.
Time Heist was the name of the most recent episode.
That's right, yeah. Oh no, time in the title. That would suggest, Doctor Who fans out there will know that if time is in the title, it's more than likely going to be a bad episode. What was the one with the monk? That was...
The Time Meddler.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, it's a bit like the odd number thing for Star Trek fans. Because in the sense in Star Trek movies, they say if it's an odd number, it's a bad film. But yeah, in Doctor Who, the supposed consensus is if it has time in the title, it's not as good an episode.
Yeah, but if it has death in the title, it's usually quite good. City of Death, yeah.
Death to the Daleks.
That was okay.
Seeds of Death.
Yeah, great.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, but Time Lash.
Time and the Rani.
Actually, the Time Warrior.
Time Warrior is a great one.
Time Meddler, Time Warrior, probably the only good ones.
There's the Invasion of Time, which is okay, but don't like it that much. The poor effects in Doctor Who, that's one where it really stands out.
Yeah.
They use a pool hall in a brick building for the TARDIS interior.
Oh, yeah. Over and over again, saying, this is the second pool hall. Wild monsters. Yeah. So, the Time Heist, though.
I'm sorry, audience, yes, I will whip us into shape in future. But yeah, Time Heist. What did you think? Just basic.
I liked it, actually.
So did I. Yeah, it doesn't feel like classic Doctor Who, but as a story, it was kind of interesting and exciting.
Do you want to know what, immediately as I was watching it, it felt like Farscape.
It felt like the Shadow Depository in Farscape.
It felt like Farscape, and I immediately, because I was watching it with somebody, I looked and I said, it feels so much more cinematic than it used to.
Mm-hmm.
And it did, though. So all of a sudden, for those of you who have seen the earlier ones of Capaldi, where was the mood music in the first 3 episodes? It's these really moody scenes, yet no music at all. And then this one, all of a sudden, everything had this amazing soundtrack, which gave it this sort of hyper-real quality. The colours were bright. Oh, I actually really enjoyed it.
I liked the monster design. It was a bit strange, kind of cool.
You should really get the Henson Workshop on Doctor Who, you know.
That would be an amazing marriage right there.
It really would, but I don't know if the BBC would fork out for it, because...
almost certainly not.
Yeah, because I know Farscape was made for nearly 2.5 million an episode, and it got 4 series, so it must have seen revenue. I mean, I'm not kidding you. If I see any Farscape merch, I buy it. Oh, except this one time though, I went to Gross at the market, boxed Dargo figure for 30 quid.
Oh wow, really?
It looks amazing. I've got the Zan, I just don't have the money to buy Dargo. Yeah, it would be nice if the BBC would partner up with the Henson Workshop, because there's not enough different aliens in it, I think, yeah.
Well, Farscape was good anyway, like story-wise and characters. But another one, the great strength is, with the Henson Workshop, there's a lot of practical puppetry in that.
Yeah.
They'd make aliens which look alien.
Yeah, and the thing is, they'd make aliens that were just used for very small scenes.
One of the most memorable ones is in the first episode. It's like this sort of...
The hissing monster.
Yeah, it's like this huge sort of... It reminds me of I think it's a viper fish. It's got all those teeth and it just opens up.
And it's only used for that one scene. And they show it on every episode of the first series of the on the opening credits. It's great. I mean, I love Farscape, but like this one felt more like that though. Finally,
And again, like the story was kind of similar. It's a bank heist at a.
I've got criticisms with it though. I mean, I didn't like the clone woman. That was a bit kind of lame. I mean, nothing wrong with it per se. I didn't buy it.
I'll get to my criticisms in a minute.
Yeah, and the rationale for it as well, I actually figured out the end. I didn't say anything to the... I don't want to ruin it with the person I was watching. There was going to be a family member of that thing there.
I figured out it was the Doctor who planned it all pretty early on because...
Oh, yeah.
There's been a few amnesia stories. It tends to be the main guy who's done it in the end.
Well, especially with somebody like the Doctor. I didn't even mention that because I thought it was kind of implied at the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought that was just so... Somebody like the Doctor who was always in the loop is out of the loop. No, that doesn't happen.
I like that because it sort of harkens back to Sylvester McCoy because his Doctor was sort of the planning kind of Doctor.
Yeah.
The scheming one.
Actually, yeah, Picaldi's reminded me of that a little bit because he's a bit darker. But he took it a bit further because he's even let people die. And I think that's like such a breath of fresh air. Not to poo on Tennant too much because everybody loves him. He was such a girl.
I don't know, it was just so much him, but they got in their heads, like the producers of the show, that the Doctor is non-violent. Okay, the Doctors generally always try to seek the non-violent solution as the years went by.
Yeah,
but
like,
he
do
would,
the right thing.
He would act.
I've got like 2 words for these people. Third Doctor.
Third Doctor, the man of action who would Aikido chop an Ogron. He would shoot one with a ray gun.
And you know how he would do that? He'd do that while eating a sandwich he already offered you. Speak Delphonian with his eyebrows.
Like from the Sea Devils.
That's how to do in Delphonian.
I did sort of think of that a bit while watching it, and
I do love that scene. Sorry, it makes me laugh. I watch the Sea Devils, absolutely love it. But he's fighting the Master, sword fighting with him, and he's like, "Would you like a sandwich?" And then eats it in front of him. What a sod! This non-violent Doctor.
I promise the audience, once we're done with this, I will whip Matthew Hutton for taking us on so many digresses.
But isn't there another scene by the first Doctor?
Ah!
No, to get back to the original point...
You brought it up now. Yes, in the very first story of the very first Doctor Who, there's a scene where the Doctor is about to bash in a caveman's skull with a rock because he would slow him down.
I only wanted him to show us directions. I give him a stick or something.
Yeah, again, we did mention there's this sort of mythos that the Doctor never acts in violence at all, which is something they were really pushing in the Eccleston-Tennant era.
Yeah.
And the Smith as well.
Yeah.
But, if you know the old show at all, you know that's not the case.
Yeah, don't mess with him if you're a caveman.
I don't think it's on anymore because the guy, I think he got work for the BBC, so he doesn't post stuff like that for legal reasons.
Yeah.
But I saw a guy who did like an anime Doctor Who.
Oh, I saw that.
Style. In one of the action scenes was John Pertwee's Doctor having a backstreet brawl with a few thugs who came up to him.
Yeah.
The thing I remember is in the comments section, people going, "But Doctor Who would never fight. Doctor Who would never do that." Shut the f*** up. You don't know shit.
Exactly. No, it's true.
Anyone who knows the history of Doctor Who, especially the third Doctor, knows how that is.
Exactly. Oh, well, Drew, you're whipping me in shape.
I'm probably going to have to whip myself after that.
Oh, yeah. Let's start it.
And you kill it.
Back to the original point, though, like, David Tennant was when it really got a bit girly. But like you said, though, that may have been the writing more than anything, because the 50th anniversary, that guy pulled it out, and he was really good.
Tennant's been a lot of stuff. He's a good actor. I don't dislike him as an actor.
No, same. I have issue with his
time as the Doctor, though. Again, I've said this a billion times before, probably. I have my issues with a new show, especially recently, but I will admit the Eccleston stories and the Tennant stories, just from a story point of view, felt like actual complete stories compared to some of the later ones. Even though I like the Doctors more recently, some of the stories I think were probably a bit better in the earlier years.
Yeah, no, I actually dislike it, and this is true of this series as well. You know, they'll have like a main storyline running through them all.
That's the thing to do now, yeah.
Yeah, it's so like half-assed though. Like every so often at the moment we're cutting to heaven, this heaven thing, and I heard a really good theory about that, which I won't go into because it's spoilers even for us. But I don't care. Like, can we not just have... I didn't like it when they did it with the Black Guardian and all that. Black Guardian? Yeah.
The key at the time.
It was a bit cack. I like them to be a bit more standalone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's personal though. Other people probably like the other format or whatever.
I've got nothing against series-long arcs and shows. I mean, again, it's more of a new thing in Doctor Who than it was in the classic series.
But they did do them, so...
To get really back to the point, which we've drifted away from for probably the last 15 minutes, I did like this episode.
Yeah, so that. You mentioned criticisms, though.
I do have a few problems with it. Okay, me working out that was the Doctor who planned it all.
Yeah.
You know, that's not really a criticism.
Fairly obvious, though.
The end just felt very, very rushed.
Yeah.
Because you know how it is revealed that the bank lady herself is the one who asked the Doctor to rob the bank, set things in motion and free that creature.
I actually guessed that as well.
That wasn't that explicitly stated, though, and again, I did kind of get it, and not to sound like a complete prick, but we do live in a generation where people have such a short attention span. It wouldn't surprise me if that just flew over some people's heads because they weren't paying attention for a second.
It was just scathed over completely.
That's like, there wasn't really a lot of build-up. Like, maybe if she'd gone into it a bit more, like, as an old lady on her deathbed.
Yeah.
Maybe it just seemed like really quick and really just kind of tacked on almost.
I'll be fair, it was a poor ending though. There was no good way you could have done that. It's a bit sappy. Mm-hmm. It may have been better if somebody else turned out to have actually... So, you know, the Doctor himself, who's normally on the ball, was not on the ball because, let's say, somebody like the Master had done it. That would be cool. Wow, underlining threat. We'll have to find out about that on the next few episodes. You know, and what in fact happened against that monster, instead of him being all soppy with his wife, was the Doctor ends up having to kill it. I would have been more satisfied.
Yeah, but that's because you're evil.
Well, no, it's much better in terms of story arc.
No, I get it. I mean, I don't really have much of a problem the way that ended. Just more that it seemed really rushed and tacked on.
Yeah. Oh no, I still like the episode, and it was actually quite nice to be introduced to these two characters as well. Like, normally I don't care enough about these new people. Yeah. They were alright.
Well, I've watched this season, I've watched the first two and this one. I have missed a couple in between. Mm-hmm. This is the better one of the three I have seen.
Yeah. I think there's only been 4 episodes. Your one.
There was his first one. There was the Dalek one. There was the one with Robin Hood, which I didn't see.
Oh, yeah, no, I forgot about that.
There was the one the week before, which I didn't see.
Dream one or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Monster one, sorry, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The Robin Hood one was actually the best one, in my opinion. Yeah, it was a lot more fun.
Again, I didn't see it. I'll have to catch up.
Well, this one was a good one, though.
Yeah, conclusions, though. I like Capaldi a lot as the Doctor.
He is good, and I had criticism with his accent. I'm over it now.
So that didn't bother me. I'm just looking at my notes. I did make a few notes. One of them was 2 Jenna Colemans. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As much as I like Jenna Coleman, lately especially, she is so needless. It seemed like after Smith had gone, you're seeing her going on these dates with this guy. I don't care.
I wonder if they're going to do something with that. I mean, I kind of get they're trying to show how life with the Doctor might impact a person's social life.
Yeah.
But didn't they do that with, like, Amy and Rory already?
But I think next episode looks abysmal, because it's mostly about that. And, I mean, Jenna Coleman, as wonderful as she may be, isn't a great actress. She can't really pull a whole episode off, I think.
You reckon? I mean, I think she's fine with what she does.
She's one of the better assistants, but she was better with Smith than she's been with
Capaldi.
Capaldi, yeah. I mean, a lot of people really like Rose. I could give a take, really. I'm not bothered.
I don't really have anything against Billy Piper.
Oh, no, neither do I.
The whole Dr. Rose relationship, which so many people love, I really hate.
Yeah. That was the main issue.
That was like the most grinding thing during those years.
Of all of his assistants, it was, of course.
I mean, you know, okay, Tennant's an attractive man, so I guess that might be why they played up the Doctor relationship thing all the time. But that was one of the things that really killed the series a lot for me. It was the heartthrob Doctor and everyone having to swoon, and that was one of the things which really sort of dragged the series for me.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Capaldi. They got a lot of criticism for casting an older Doctor.
Yeah, well,
shut up.
It brought one person to tears, if I remember correctly, because there was a YouTube video circulating around.
Oh, whoever it was, I want to punch them. Yeah. The Doctor has rarely been a young guy. In fact, he's, I've mentioned before, the same age as Hartnell when he took the role on.
Yeah.
There's no issue. It doesn't matter as long as the guy's a good actor.
Which Capaldi is.
He's a very good actor. He really carries the humour well as well. Although I suppose he's kind of a comedian, so... We could talk about your day.
My day? I live a very, I'm not going to say solitary, because obviously I have family, I have people I work with, colleagues, but quiet life on my own.
With a rifle.
Oh, where's the tower?
Where's the tower?
gun?
Where's the gun? Why did we both go to that?
Does my penis make me a bad boy? That's what they told me.
Oh man, we could do another show on Hicks.
We could do a complete show on Bill Hicks as well. Well, this has practically become the Titanic / Doctor Who show today.
I suppose. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that though, right?
Well, he did go the Titanic in that episode.
Oh, fuck yeah, fuck that in the face.
Yeah.
Hey, Kylie Minogue for no reason. Oh, okay. On the villain with the... Oh, no.
Yeah, that was one of the worst ones.
No. Oh, wow, they look so much like the Robots of Death. Kill yourself!
Kind of just ripped off Robots of Death.
Yeah.
Except, me personally, I think Robots of Death is one of the greatest episodes of Doctor Who ever.
Oh, hell yeah. Even if you could tell who the masked, or the obscured villain was.
Yeah, it's one of my all-time favourite episodes, and it's one of the few old stories which, would give me nightmares. Even now, I still have the occasional nightmare of being pursued by a Vok robot who's attempting to strangle me.
They are spooky. It's a bit like the first Autons, though, isn't it?
Same thing. They're one of the few things that also appear in my nightmares occasionally.
Like dead, soulless faces, which they change the next time you see them.
Yeah, I have nightmares about those and shipwrecks, so I guess this really is the Titanic Doctor Who hour.
Pleasant dreams, viewers.
Yeah, probably no one else has nightmares like mine. They're all normal and healthy-minded.
I haven't had a dream in so long. Actually, I did have one recently, but it's a bit
personal.
Lame. You what?
I was going to say personal.
Yeah, it was a bit personal, but I don't want to go on about dreams too much, I guess. But
go ahead.
I've had a reoccurring dream, but I've never really had anything else in the way of interesting dream. Like people can lucid dream and all that sort of thing. I wish I could do that.
I can on occasion, but you know me, I have a subconscious which hates me. When I'm trying to take control, it will fight back.
No, I'm really glad I didn't have that. I don't have that reoccurring dream anymore. It was a bit spooky. I did enjoy it, or enjoy experiencing it rather than its content.
Yeah.
It was a bit violent.
Let's say I have recurring dreams about shipwrecks. More to the point, I used to have recurring bad dreams about shipwrecks. I don't really get them now, which is strange.
Yeah.
Because if anything, I've been watching more documentaries in that recently, and...
Well, maybe the underlying thing is that your recurring dream was a niggling, need to learn more, and now you've learned more. I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, I'll watch a Titanic documentary and it was still very eerie to watch, but...
It's an eerie-looking ship, though.
Yeah. Oh, well, you've seen Ghost of the Abyss. That's probably the most visual of all the documentaries as well.
Yeah. I mean, as they approach it, they do it on the beginning of Titanic, the movie, as well.
Yeah.
As they approach it and you just see the mast, coming up to you, it is chilling.
Well, the bow.
Yeah, sorry, and you've got the rusticles and everything, and it just makes it look like dying giant animal.
There's decay, and the rusticles are animals.
Yeah, actually that was on that documentary as well.
Yeah, they're bacteria colonies. It's really interesting.
Yeah, we may find that sort of thing interesting because we did archaeology and stuff.
Well, I know I do, and as I said, I'm one of those really weird people who belong to that weird subculture where they were really into the Titanic stuff for a while for some mad reason. I've read multiple books. I've seen not all of them. I've seen a few of the films. I haven't seen the Nazi one yet.
Oh dear.
No, Joseph Goebbels made one during the Third Reich, towards the end of the Second World War.
I didn't know that, wow.
You can get it, I've just not got it yet.
Wow.
I've seen bits of it, it's got its political motivations during it.
I was going to say,
But it's technically quite good, they had some good model work.
Dreams.
Yes, sorry.
We keep doing... Drew, you naughty, naughty girl.
Yeah, we keep going back to the Doctor Who Titanic hour.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'm going to call this episode.
Yeah. The not so, or actually quite so, Doctor Who Titanic episode.
Yeah.
But you were on about a reoccurring dream though, so it is relevant.
Yes, I did have recurring dreams about shipwrecks, which I don't now, at least not in the same way that it's a terrifying one. I have a lot of recurring themes, which tend to do with frustration. Not that kind of frustration.
Oh, you mean when you can't open a bag of crisps or something? I hate that.
Yeah, the kind of thing where, hey, look on the horizon, there's people having fun in the beach. You should go over there, but due to convoluted circumstances, you never quite reach your goal. Those kind of frustrating dreams.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and I can fly. That's probably the most recurring. Yeah, that's probably the most recurring element is I can fly.
That's cool.
Though it's more like swimming in air when I do it.
Swimming in air. Oh no, there's a shipwreck. What is it? Titanic. Let's talk about the Titanic again. I mean,
probably do multiple episodes in that, and I was even thinking about doing a spin-off Titanic podcast. Just sounds really strange, but I honestly have that much to say.
No, you should.
I know there's people interested, because as I said, I used to be a part of those groups.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, I was going to talk about the films. As I said, there's been so many films, and each one's kind of unique to its time. It's a shame the first one doesn't exist, like the one starring Dorothy Gibson. There's like a lot of silent films which are no longer around.
Yeah.
There's just really still shots of it that exist now, but...
It'd be quite interesting, though.
Yeah, I mean, I read a book about what happened to a lot of people after the disaster, like how they lived their lives, and it talked a bit about that and Dorothy Gibson herself.
What you reading for?
It's that we got ourselves a reader.
Oh.
Okay, if we're not careful, this is going to become the Titanic, Doctor Who, and Bill Hicks hour.
I could live with that.
Me too.
If only Bill Hicks did.
I'm trying to make this talk show kind of sci-fi oriented, and...
Oh, right, yeah, cool.
Oh, it's not particular to anything.
Yeah.
I guess we're just going to put this down as being another free-balling episode.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's cool, like.
It's fine by me. Audience, feel free to leave feedback. I promise you we'll have a bit more of a structure next time. Although I'm pretty sure I've said that the previous 2 episodes as well.
Yeah, and like we mentioned before, we've got our email addresses, which we'll repeat to you at the end.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so just send anything you want there. We reply to it all, because we're lovely.
Oh yeah, as well as, where to find the show, find other fantastic shows.
Yeah.
Including your own?
Yeah, I've got a lovely show. It was on my knee yesterday. I fed it. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, if anyone's interested in just random mad sketches, I do another show on www.skywaveradio.net. That show's 9 till 10 p.m. on Sundays. So feel free to listen. And this fine gentleman's usually on it as well, so...
Well, I do the occasional voice, but we've already talked about that.
But yeah, no, Star Wars is good, right?
Yeah, that Star Wars.
They got them there Star Warses. No, actually, speaking of Star Wars, I was on about that the other day with another friend of mine, and he was surprised.
You have other friends?
Well, yeah, I invent them. But actually, no, that's Gareth. He invents us. When Gareth permitted that I had another friend, we were at HMV, and he was very surprised to find that I had not seen Star Wars Episode 2 or 3. Yeah, I have absolutely no interest in it. That might shock a lot of people. I don't care. Yeah.
Burn the heathen.
He has other friends.
I'm sorry, I feel rather hurt now. Oh, speaking of, I saw the Ed Norton Incredible Hulk the other day.
Oh, was this the first time you'd seen it?
Yeah, I didn't see all of it. What I saw was quite good.
It's a good movie. I really like it.
I like Ed Norton as an actor as well, so...
So do I, and part of me is kind of glad he didn't do the Avengers, because the guy they got for that was probably the best
he was
so
cool.
far. And, but no, I like that. I mean, the Abomination looked a bit cross-eyed and weird, but whatever. Like, at least he was in it. God knows what was the Ang Lee one about. Christ.
Oh, Hulk, yeah. I saw bits of that.
I swear blind when I was a kid, I would say to people I liked it just because it was the Hulk and I felt
Again,
lost.
our friend who likes everything also really loved that one.
Oh, is this Special K?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought of a nickname right
That's
now.
a really mean nickname when you think about it.
I didn't think of the ramifications.
This is so much fun for the people at home to listen about, our internal private jokes and references to people I've never met.
Well, it's a 6-foot guy. Oh, man. No, I'm glad you liked it, actually. I thought I went to see it with you, because I saw that movie at the Pitches about 4 times.
No, that's the first time I've seen it. But you've not seen Captain America yet, have you?
No, I heard that was really good, though.
I personally think it is, but judging by the buzz of a lot of people online, back then and now, I think I'm in a minority. It's not that people hated it, it's just a lot of them say, oh, well, Thor was better, which I disagree with completely.
So do I, but that'll be like ladies who fancy him more than anything.
Possibly. I mean, I've heard other people say it as well, but as you've probably guessed, I am a history guy, hence the Titanic thing, and
yeah.
I find war history as well quite interesting. I'm one of those people who read books on that too. I really sort of dug the 1940s setting of Captain America.
That's nice, and I'm glad that they did that, because I'm surprised that they did it as well.
I haven't seen the Winter Soldier yet.
No, that was what I was going to say. I work with a girl who says that she prefers the Winter Soldier one.
No, quite a lot of people said that.
Yeah, I bet, because I've not seen that one either, I bet I prefer the original for the 40s setting and the Red Skull.
Oh, it was Hugo Weaving was the Red Skull, and that he was brilliant.
I've still not seen pictures of him anywhere.
It looks really cool, and
I've not looked for him, like, that'll be why.
you've seen one of those really sucky ones where, I forget...
I've seen them all.
Yeah, I forget who was in it. It was one of those really cheap ones.
Yeah.
But it was at the beginning of the Captain America film, he's fighting the actual Red Skull with a red face. And then for the rest of it, he's in like a mask, so he's not actually got the Red Skull.
Yeah.
Oh, and you've seen that one, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Yeah, but with the first Avenger, they kind of did the opposite thing, where they had him sort of with a human face on at the beginning, and then after he takes it off, he's the Red Skull for the rest of the movie.
That's cool. No, we can't mention Captain America in movies without mentioning Red Brown.
Red Brown. I've only seen bits of his versions.
I've got that one. My sister got it for my birthday. Incredible. Yeah.
The powerhouse that is Red Brown himself.
He does scream, as he does in every movie he's in. Nobody knows who we're on about, but seriously...
Well, you probably do if you follow certain people online, because he's kind of a cult character these days as well. I mention again, Mystery Science Theater, one of their best episodes was on the movie Space Mutiny, which he stars in. Where's my purse?
His immortal lines.
He just screams.
Yeah, that's the best thing in that movie is where the him and the villain are riding in these things that they call enforcers that go about 4 miles an hour.
They're like little golf carts with fake futuristic stuff stuck over them.
And they're dramatically riding towards each other, like as though if it hits, it's going to blow up.
They're
and
playing
kill.
chicken, essentially.
Yeah. And Red Brown just screams at the top of his voice and then has enough time to look around before jumping and rolling on the floor. And as it does crash, it does blow up, even though it looks like it's made out of cardboard. And yet the villain, Calgon, survives at the end.
I can't remember Rep's character as well. I'm just going to call him Slab Bulkhead. Well, anyway, we are coming to the end of the show.
Are we?
Yes, we've been dragging each other in pointless directions all evening.
You're welcome.
On the plus side, at least we got through this entire episode without mentioning AIDS Dracula. Oh, damn it!
Is that going to be our meme, is it?
I hope not.
Hey, I'm Dracula. You want to be my aide?
I promise we'll do better next time. Thank you very much for listening to us two idiots in the sky.
Those two sexy idiots in the sky.
Oh no.
I'm shirtless now.
That's it. Good night.
Good night.
Monochrome-1 was created using Audacity. Certain sound clips used have been obtained from the public domain found on archive.org. Visit archive.org for movies, television, audio, and text samples from the public domain. Matt Hutton can be found on The Asylum on Sunday evenings, 9 to 10 p.m. on skywaveradio.net. Go to skywaveradio.net to hear the new generation of internet radio. The Monochrome-1 archives can be found on monochrome-1.podomatic.com. Contact the show on talkmonochrome1@yahoo.com. All of us at Monochrome-1 would like to thank you all for listening. Good night.